Welcome to Real Reviews. This week we have Disney Pixar's Onward.
Woo!
So it's a land of wizards and dwarves and goblins and elves and all these creatures.
Yeah, everything magical.
And it used to be like the magic like we see in fantasy movies where the, wizards had their magic to help people. But then they kind of evolved like us. So
they became civilized.
Yeah, they're magical creatures, but they have cell phones, electricity,
washers and dryers.
Yeah.
Everything became easy for them, and so there's a family who, two brothers.
Ian and Barley.
Yeah, and their dad passes away when Ian is just born.
Yeah.
So Ian the youngest, never meets his father, and it's his 16th birthday. And so their mother says, you know what, we have a present from your dad. When you're both 16, you get this. And it's a magical staff with a phoenix stone.
Yeah.
And he wrote down a spell that says, for 24 hours, I can come back and just kind of see how you guys are doing.
Yes.
So shenanigans ensue because they try and cast it. The older brother realizes he's not a wizard. He doesn't have the talent, but the younger brother is.
Yes.
But he's never done any spells.
Yes.
So the spell backfires.
He gets it half right.
Right.
Only half the dad shows up and the Phoenix Stone is destroyed.
Yeah.
So they need to find another Phoenix Stone. So Ian, the younger brother, is scared of everything.
Yeah.
Barley, the older brother, plays this fantasy game, not scared of anything. He's like, I know what we're going to do. We're going to go on this quest and we're going to find another Phoenix Stone.
Yeah.
So they have 24 hours to get this Phoenix Stone so they can see their dad one last time.
Yeah, so from the very start, when we first saw the very first trailer for this movie, we were both excited for it because it shows these rabid unicorns eating trash. It's hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, it being fantasy, we're both giant fantasy nerds. So right away, we were just like, man, this movie's gonna be awesome. I feel it didn't get enough advertising. There wasn't enough trailers. This wasn't a Pixar movie that was heavily shown. So I hope it does well. That being said, the most interesting thing about this movie is the writers.
This is a crazy story.
The writers who did this movie is the younger brother who lost their dad, and this is their story.
Yes, it's the same story, but he didn't tell his brother.
He was writing, making it as a script.
Yeah, making it as a script, and it was a movie for his older brother to show. And Chris Pratt's on talk shows who's doing one of the voices in the movie, talking about how they're at the opening, and he brought his brother. He's like, everybody's crying in the theater.
Yeah.
And by the end of it does hit you in the old feels, I tell you.
Yeah.
It does, especially if you know that story. You're like, oh.
Well, and you can definitely see kind of the parallels within the story to real life. You can assume that, I don't know the story, but you can assume their father died of cancer, in real life, and so you see these parallels between the two brothers and how the one brother wrote the script for his brother, right? But yeah, like Kurt said, and when you think about this is someone's story, it makes it a little bit more real, and you get a little bit more teary-eyed.
But then you mix in all the fun stuff. It's fun when they show all the medieval fantasy things, but it's in present day,
the tavern.
The Red Bulls are elixir, but it's all fancy vending machines, just little things like that you notice in the background. And yeah, it was a fun movie.
See you, Dad. You can do this. I believe in you. My gut knows where to go, don't you, boy? Yes, you do.
I'm on my way, boys. Just stay out.
Just yelling Chris Pratt. Come, Dothan! We are going to go on a quest. He's just one of those goofy characters. It's a lot of fun, this show.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you might not have heard of it, go and see it.
Yeah, it's a Pixar movie. You know that it's going to be good.
I think it's better than most Pixar movies that have come out in the past few years. Lots of those sequels that came out, Finding Dory, and Coco was all right, but this one, maybe it's because I'm a fantasy guy, you're a fantasy guy.
Yeah.
It tickled our fantasy bone a little more or whatever, but I thought it was a fantastic show. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8. I loved this show. It's definitely one of the better Pixar movies, like we just said. You need to go check this out because, like I said, I feel that there's going to be a lot of people that are like, I've never seen a trailer for this. And I don't know why Disney didn't market it better, but that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Go see this movie.
Go see Onward to the theater. Go check out our Facebook page and find out how you can get entered to win $30 to Original Joe's. At Original Joe's, everyone's welcome, even minors.